Welcome back to the Foundation in C# course. We're currently in Module 9. In this lesson, we're going to wrap up our data access with a review. Okay, so let's go over to Visual Studio and let's talk through what we've done. So we have a SQL data class now, and this is what we'll instantiate. Okay, so whenever we need to access our data, we're going to instantiate a SQL data class. But now doing that, we can say, get me the available room types, book a guest, search for bookings, check in a guest. And that's all we have to do. We don't have to do all of this complex logic again. It's all done for us in our data access layer or data layer. All right. Now, a couple things we want to do for housekeeping. First of all, we're going to create an interface for this SQL data. This is the one that will be generic. So database data. That's what we'll call it. And it's going to have those 4 methods. So now if we create a SQLite class like this later, we'll have those 4 methods. And then whatever different logic we have to do for SQLite, we'll do inside those methods. We'll not expose those differences to the rest of the application. So we hit OK, and now we have our iDatabase data interface. All right, that's one thing we have to do. The other thing we have to do is we have to publish our changes to our database. So hit publish, and this should complete pretty quickly. And it's done, and now all of our store procedures are over in our database. So that's all that we have to do to kind of wrap these things up. But before we go, I do want to look at today's tip, which is your data access layer should not know which UI will be using it. This is kind of restating what I've already been talking about before, but think this thing through. When we built our class library, when we built our SQL data class, it has no clue who's calling it. It doesn't know about WPF. It doesn't know about ASP.NET Core. It doesn't know about console. It doesn't know about any of those things. There's no calls inside. They're like console readline. Well, not everything has a console. The console is a UI. We're not doing that. We're just saying, here's the work we're going to do. And then at a higher level, the UI will know which data access layer to use, but it won't even know which database it's talking to. All it cares about is give me a list of the bookings for today for this person's last name. Okay? That's all it cares about. It doesn't care how that data comes about. And that's why we have this very clear separation so that we can replace either side of this without causing problems on the other side. So we can replace our SQL data access with SQLite data access, and it won't affect our UI. We can replace our WPF UI with an ASP.NET Core UI, and it won't affect our data access. All right? So that's that separation you want to create. All right? So that's what this section's been all about, is creating that data access layer for SQL. All right? In the next section, we're going to start building our web app and start using this data access.